Stephen Murray's next up, our number 4 qualifier.
Yeah, doing it for Queen and Country. Murray went huge in his first run. He's a definite contender for tonight's contest. Yes, look at that. Huge X-up to turn down flip. Oh my word, no! This is probably one of the worst crashes I've ever witnessed.
One, two, three.
Butterflies before you become for something that you knew was massive, you know? But it's just pushing through it and letting it go, you know? I don't really think about the consequences too much. Just, it's something that I love to do, so you don't think about that, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do it, really.
What's he got right here? Double whip, wow!
The explosion of action sports in America is nothing short of spectacular.
I don't know how in the universe he can come back from that.
Unbelievably, there had never been a catastrophic injury in competition before, until Stephen Murray.
I started racing BMX at such a young age. My parents were very supportive of my BMX, and they'd do anything that you could do to help me.
He had no fear. He was adventurous, daredevil, liked to do anything that he shouldn't have done.
Ever since the British Championships when I was 5 and I won that was when I realised that I was really good at this. I definitely felt like anything else wasn't for me. This was me, this is what I was doing. It gave me so much confidence to, socialise, meet new people, be able to hold good conversations with people, and just be confident in what I do. A lot of people just see the end result. I think if you want to be the very best at what you do, you have to be completely dedicated to exactly that.
Did your brother BMX as well?
Yeah, my brother, we got racing bikes because us, the young age, and he became national #1 pro. He never won anything when he was younger, all the way up to till he was like 16. But I would see how much work that he put in, how much training that helped me, because I just followed in a lot of his footsteps, But by the time I was 16, I was kind of a little bit burnt out on racing. So that's when I started jumping. It's not a race to the finish line, it's how you can get creative and have freedom of expression through your bike. It was never about the money with me. I never cared. It was just keeping it fun in what I did and pursuing my dream.
So how did you get scouted for Nerve?
One of my friends called Dale Owens, he's a multiple pro world champion. He was riding for Nerve, so he had a word with the team manager. His name was Gary Ellis. So to get a phone call from him asking to ride for his team was special. We got our own spot when I was about 16, and I got to meet this kid Jason Aliana, and he had a little dirt track in his backyard, and he said that we could build that. So I said, look, can we just build some big fuck-off trucks? And he was cool with it, and that became the breeding ground for me as far as dirt trucking was concerned. I didn't really get hurt when I tried my first 2 flips. Just, scrapes and bruises, no broken bones yet. Can I get some of that water?
Of course you can, man.
You've had all kinds of crashes, you've had all kinds of injuries, you've broken all kinds of bones. But did you ever think that this could happen to you?
Never. I never ever thought about paralysis. It never even entered my head.
The popularity of freestyle BMX has grown enormously in recent years, but Stephen Murray is not a part of that growth. Instead, as our Mary Carrillo reports, Murray's in Riverside, California, dealing with the aftermath of a tragic accident.
After the first year riding for Nerve, they wanted to release me, so I convinced them. I'm like, just give me the opportunity. The first year, I pretty much was learning how to crash, to learn the hard way. That winter, after that year, I moved with Corin Stadio, and we built our own backyard, jumps all over backyard, and that was just the best ever. Them times were the best. Started to get a lot better on my bike, a lot more confident. The qualifiers for the X Games were at Real Ride Skate Park in Lake Paris, and I would go there and ride. By the time the contest came, and I'd be up on the rolling with like all my idols, like TJ Ladden. They were all people that I looked up to, and they were all like X Games winners before. So once I'd done 3 runs out of the 4, I actually ended up winning the contest, so I had a throw-out run at the end. I was like, oh, this is the time to try double flip. And I had 0 form, 0 technique. Just went into a big scorpion, and I came, encased the landing, and bent my head to my bike. Knocked myself out, and then when I came to, like everybody was like, well, mobbing me and told me that I won the contest. It was surreal, then I qualified for the X Games, and it wasn't until I was driving away from that contest I realized, like, all right, you qualified for the X Games, you can win it.
Now, the moment for Stephen Murray to pounce. A look of grim determination on his face. Full speed down the ramp. Looking for speed, ignoring the first element, and then, yeah, the double back from Stephen Murray from Great Britain. The first time ever landed in competition at the X Games. And that was enough to give Stephen, in his first X Games appearance, the gold medal.
I hear a few people calling the fluke card. You only won it because of this big trick, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna learn another couple of big ones to come back for the next contest. So I found that you had to constantly reinvent yourself to stay present on the top, and you tend to get judged against yourself as opposed to the other riders, because when you succeed at that level and do things that never been done before, and they expect you just to keep reinventing yourself. So it's what I did. Went away and learned 360 turn-down backflip. So then I came to the gravity games and perfect, like bread and butter. It was surreal to actually do that. Double gold in the air. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty much unheard of.
Okay, so you won Gravity Games. Would you say your life changed after that?
A lot more people started to recognize me. You know, sponsors wanted to get involved heavily. There's a lot of money real quick. I don't think I was like mature enough to be able to handle it. In 2 weeks, I had $100,000. Yes, from like $1,400 a month to that was. So then the year after that, my wage went from $1,400 to $15,000
a month.
Yeah.
How does a young kid deal with that?
Just blows a bunch of money.
You're Stephen Murray, and you're watching firsthand.
Soon he had fame, money, and before he knew it, a wife and kids as well. But his focus began to wane, and his results suffered, as he watched his most lucrative sponsors drop his contracts.
Now he sits in a very precarious position.
And as soon as you don't normally wear pads because soon as you ride by, we're gonna think that I'm never gonna crash. Don't plan on crashing, but you gotta put in. Fuck it, there's crash mats there. What can go wrong, right?
Stephen brought his bruised ego to Baltimore for the start of the 2007 season and sat in 8th place after his first run. Now he needed to nail his double back flip to stay in contention for the title.
Oh my word, no!
The crash was so graphic that Stephen asked us not to show it.
The finals were on a night, it was floodlit, it was electric, yeah. And there was 2 runs, 3 to count. I nailed my first run, perfect, so I was super excited about that. And then on my second run, I went down and I did a double flip on the last set. And I came down and slid out and banged my head. But I was like, there's no way this is gonna stop me from doing my run. So when I went back up, the top of the rolling, it was all on this last run. The contest was all on the last run. So I needed to nail that trick.
Yes, look at that. Huge X-up to turn down flip. Oh my word, no!
I was the next rider to ride straight after Stephen Murray's crash in Baltimore. And I was petrified, to be honest. I was so scared, like for him, and then me having to drop in, and then I did my run, but I don't even know how I did it. I pretty much had tears in my eyes going through those dirt jumps.
It totally took me out of the contest. I didn't even do my last run. It was such a mind mess with me.
I was basically right by the first set when he was going over the last set and tried the double flip. You know, it was just one of those things where you could see him go off and just what was going on and how he bailed out of it, and you know, you could tell it wasn't right.
Like from 30 foot in the air, all the way past the line, and I missed the transition, and I came down straight to my head on the parking lot, and it just snapped my neck, and it stopped me from breathing right there. I couldn't breathe. So, and I guess it was into the darkness.
Stephen was transported to Maryland Hospital's shock trauma unit, flatlining twice along the way. His parents flew from England to be with him.
And the doctor came down into the room and he said, your son has broke his neck. He'll be on a ventilator and he'll be paralyzed for the rest of his life.
I ended up flatlining again. And then it was it was 4 weeks of hell. It was like, it was the gnarliest thing I've ever been through in my life. You know, just waking up and you barely move your head. You know, you're in a neck brace, you got all these tubes down your mouth, down your throat. You wake up and it's so intense, there's so much going on. And I could see my mom. And I was like, alright, this shit's serious.
I'd had a bath and I laid in the bath and I tried not to move, and you can't. I thought, God, I can't live my life like this. I don't know, he's not going to want to live his life like this. I asked Stephen's nurse in shock trauma, do quadriplegics commit suicide? And she said to me, Cynthia, quadriplegics don't commit suicide because they can't.
For a kid who had been so active from such a young age, what did it do to you to hear your mom tell you you were paralyzed?
I just kept calm and just looked at my mom and, you know, just tears kind of just dropped down out my eyes. I mean, it was just, it's a crazy situation.
In the unit, there was every 15 minutes, there was someone dying. You had to fucking hang on to life by a thread. I had to fight the most intense fight I've ever fought in my life. And then it was constant, like every 10 minutes they would like flip me over and start bashing on my back. They call it chest PT. So trying to contact someone, especially like overnight, like your family was allowed there the daytime, but overnight you were just so alone, not being able to contact. Just had to keep believing all the time.
As weeks in the hospital went by, doctors saw glimmers of hope. At times, Stephen could breathe over his ventilator and even speak for a few seconds when it was turned off. This gave him reason to believe he could train his lungs to work again.
There's no way I could have something breathing for me for the rest of my life.
How long did it take you to get off of that ventilator?
It took me 5 months.
I got visited by scientist-looking guy, and it was Christopher Reeve's doctor, and I ended up working with him, Dr. John McDonald, quite a lot down the line. Went to his rehabilitation, which was awesome.
How much explaining did you have to do to your boys?
My boys didn't care. They just love their daddy.
I love you.
I love you too. They don't see any difference. You know, daddy's in a wheelchair. Daddy, can I ride on your wheelchair? Sure, son, jump on. And I just tell them I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. You know, daddy's gonna get out this wheelchair.
You know, so a lot of times people struggle to be able to, with what they're going through, they struggle to be able to express themselves to people, open up to the problems that you think you might have, asking for help. Like, never be ashamed of to what you're doing. A sign of strength if you can reach out to get help from someone. Right after my crash, I was able to be part of setting up what's called the Athlete Recovery Fund. It's a charity to be able to help people, athletes that get injured in action sports, and it's saved some of my best friends' lives. It's saved so many lives. It's a friend, his name's Aaron Cook. That's his baby, and I can't thank him enough. An Athlete Recovery Fund for what they've done for me, along with everyone else.
But Stephen's trying to take control of his financial future and started his own brand of clothing, Stay Strong Apparel, hoping it will generate enough income to support his sons, who have taken a shine to the family business.
Yes! Already on BMX bikes, skateboards, and shredding it up. And I just see myself through them. You gotta go higher. They're just having the time of lives.
You know I can do. Oh!
Yeah, boy. Get up, shake it up.
Stay Strong is an empowering message to people, no matter what they're going through in life, that, you know, you can You always reach inside and dig deeper when you're at your weakest. I'm with my kids all the time. I mean, they're my life. They love BMX, man. You know, it's not something that I pushed them into doing, but I've been able to support them doing. Just before I moved my house in America, I just surrounded myself with dirt jumps and ramps, and you know, all my friends would come over and riders coming from all over the world, and yeah, I miss that. I miss that.
Do you worry for their safety?
No, not at all. As long as they got all the pads and the equipment on, they can do whatever they want to do.
Would you be okay with them if they became BMXers?
Yeah. I'll be proud of them. I'll be so proud of them.
So what's next on the horizon for you?
Next on the horizon, shit, just getting through this next couple of months. Yeah, I'd like to do a lot more speaking. If I was gonna do this all over again, I wouldn't change anything. And if you got dreams, then follow them because they can come true. My very last run on my bike, I had my head down, crossed my heart, just a little prayer, and that was it. That was the last run I took on my bike. Never done that before. You gotta give me the strength to get through everything that was about to come.
Second time in a row, Stephen Murray captures the gold.
To Summer X, the boy from Newcastle. But he is the king